Oh, hello. My name is Duncan Alderdice, and the reason I'm making these videos is to document the journey I take as I become the person who I am. Okay, so realistically, today was another fucking weird day. And why I say that is because it was an 83 dial day, which again is below what I would like my standard to be, but 2 booked demos. I booked one during the power hour, which is like with the company that like virtually there's like a room that they set up, everyone goes into, and then we just kind of like bang on the phones. And I really like that. Like it's motivating to see other people making phone calls, sometimes talking, booking demos and everything like that. Like it keeps you dialed in and makes it feel less, not that calling by yourself is lonely and you get distracted, but it's lonely and you get distracted. But I think it's more, it is a dedicated time where it's like, we're focused on this. This is what we're doing right now. And then I see everybody else doing it. So it's going like, okay, yes, this is what we are doing right now. And booked a demo in that hour. Then I kind of like slowed down a bit because I felt happy that actually was successful. But then what was crazy is because then I would like for the next hour and a bit, just kind of like chatted with the people in the room. And then went on the phones again, started like calling like here and then, now and then. And then got somebody on the phone who, it was a guy who said he was semi-retired, but then he, so then I went going like, oh, so if you're semi-retired and like we could send you people, like I assume that would mean you wouldn't want to consider this program. And he went, oh no, I could reach out. So then it was just like, okay, hold on. It was a weird one where at first I thought that he wasn't going to like the program, but then by the end of the call, it seemed like, oh, he actually might be interested in the program. So that's good and positive. I think it's strange because I go, like, I don't know how to explain it. Because there's another junior account executive where he's having a tough month, and I feel for him because he's putting in like 150, 160 plus dial days and just like is not being able to book anybody. He's making connections with people, but people won't want to either stick with the meeting or don't meet the client profile. And I know that's just got to be so fucking frustrating as hell because like the work is being put in, but the output results are not being achieved. And then it's like, whereas where I am, I'm doing less input and getting more output, and that I know I would be fucking that would be eating at me, like just growing so fucking frustrated. But so that's that. Again, followed up with the guy that I had conversations with a couple weeks ago, then followed up with, had another conversation, then I rescheduled the event in my calendar, and he actually accepted the invite, but he did not reply to like pick up the phone. So I think the fact that he accepted the invitation shows that he has activity. The fact he's not picking up, I'm confused by, because I don't know why he wouldn't pick up unless it just means there's like he's with another client or something. But the fact that he like agreed to the event shows activity, which then tells me it is worthwhile for me to continue following up. It is the U.S. Thanksgiving like this week, so probably something's going on with there. Wish him a happy Thanksgiving and said I'll just follow up next week. That's part of the job. And yeah, I haven't been editing videos nearly as much. Like I think this month I haven't been doing fucking shit at all, which is frustrating, but I think, and I don't know whether this is true or me giving myself excuses, but I think sometimes I can be too hard on myself. And what I mean by that is I don't give myself the space to fuck up. Because if I think of, like, I guess, and this is the same sort of Hormozy increase your time horizon perspective, but if my goal is to get in shape, create a YouTube channel where I document the journey as I become the person that I am, which potentially could result in a business that revolves around self-development and something like that. Like if that's the long-term goal, and if I zoom out and go like, that's what I would like to be in 10 years, having a shit month seems much less significant. And what I can take away is the fact that I am going to bed on time, such that I'm naturally waking up at around 6. I'm not getting out of bed at 6 yet, but the habits that I'm trying to develop so that that reality becomes my standard reality are developing. And like shit takes time. As well as I think that, because I know that my insurance will start kicking in at the end of the month, which means that I will actually be able to start going to psychotherapy, which everything is online now. I want it to be in person. Did I say this before? I would like it to be in person, but I also would rather be with a professional whom I can trust and believe in. Because I do have a degree in neuroscience, and I am interested and was initially interested in becoming a therapist. So it's that's the psychology and stuff is stuff that I watch on YouTube online consistently. So I'm interested in this. And so what that means is I need the person who's giving me advice to know more than I do. And I believe that that will most likely come from somebody who is like far older than I am. Like if I have questions about relationship advice, like I ask my friends, like, and people my age or close to my age, more their opinion on my life rather than guidance for it. Because whenever there's a 50 or 40-year-old who is in a position where I would like to be, relationshipally speaking, there's more weight to it, and they can add a perspective that comes from the experience of having gone through the different things. But so it just is like I either get someone whom is less qualified what I can see in person, and not to say that they're not qualified, but the perceived gap that I have between my knowledge and their knowledge is smaller. Regardless of whether or not what I've just said right there is actually a distortion and I'm delusional, I don't actually know that much more, but I at least feel that way. But I get them in person, or I speak to somebody who I believe the knowledge gap between what I know and what they know is large, but it's in a virtual setting. I'm curious if it will. I'm curious if those types of conversations can happen virtually, whether there's much of an impact. See, and my gut says no. My gut says the main variable is the quality of the conversation and the person who is having the conversation. Like, whether or not you're in person or virtual, but you're talking to a good psychotherapist, at base level, you're speaking with a good psychotherapist, so good therapy is going to come as a consequence of that. But the reason why I brought that up is because I believe that with another person holding me accountable, I'm more likely to actually achieve the goals that I would like to get to. And that I also reached out to an old friend, Josh Bray, I'll shout him out, who is the owner of EX Training. I think that's what it's called. Anyways, he said there was like a post that he made on Instagram saying like, if there's people who are looking for a customized or personalized sorry. I got distracted by Instagram. There's Layla Hormozy who made a post, and it looked like it was David Dobrik she was talking to, but it wasn't. It was just another kid wearing a black t-shirt and a black hat with black hair, or dark hair. It comes out of the sides like this. What was I saying? Oh, I reached out to, he was doing customized workout plans, and like I'm thinking going like, I'd like to have that, because if I actually put money or get that, then I can actually have a plan and accountability person getting me to the gym. Because again, like if I think about it, 2.5 months ago, where was I? Am I in a better place now? That's actually a good perspective to be in. And I would say I am, because what I have been consistently doing is tracking my macros, like calories and protein, but more specifically, I've been able to get back to the body weight that I should be at, which is around 190. And I have been, hold on. I have consistently been eating in excess of 200 grams of protein per day, which again is that building muscle. So the diet thing is there. did my 3 sets of 30 push-ups today. Again, everything is making slight improvements towards where I'd like to be. And so I think that's where I'm saying I shouldn't be so hard on myself, is because it's like, why am I not perfectly going to the gym every single morning, waking up at 6 every day? It's like, why haven't I done that yet? And it's like, well, actually, because there's a series of micro habits that I have to master in order to master that macro habit of going to the gym early every day and having a good workout. Like there's a bunch of little steps, and that's I have been making progress towards that. So like give myself some time here. That. Okay, yeah, no, this next one is going to be kind of raw, because I think also, like, I might be thinking about her too much and not focusing on myself more, because I know that I naturally have a more anxious style of attachment. And so I'm worried about that, but I feel like I'm going like I am thinking about her every single day, kind of obsessively, and that's not the point of the break. And it won't be nearly as productive if I am just obsessed about her and trying to get back to her this entire year. That can't be the goal. The goal needs to be space. You're not outside of a relationship. That is a better mental spot to grow into the person who you are. And if I'm too busy being obsessed about how to get back to where I was, that will prevent me from moving forward and growing to what could be a spot that, and a life where a relationship with her doesn't make sense. I think that's the one that then makes me emotional and scared. We're not scared, but going like I don't. That it's just that's the one. But moving to a different thing, because I was able to book so far this week. That's 7 demos booked this week. In the month of November, which is supposed to be a slow month, there have been 11 demos that have been held, which means that I actually will get credit and commission for that, and it will work towards my quota. And that sales quota of demos held is 13. There's 4 that still have to be held in the month of November that could count. And I also have, well, like there's Thursday, like 2 days left in this week and 4 days left in the next week. So there's still time to actually hit that, which then at the end of the day will get me to a place where it is unreasonable for me to say that a bad month exists, because the month that I thought was going to be bad wasn't. But anyways, that is where I will end it here. Feeling good and feeling good. Mm.